Hello, Buffalo Bills fans, and welcome to episode 24 of NFL Draft Analysis by Sideline Specialists. We're doing your boy. We're doing Keon Coleman. So I'm completely in love with this guy. I'm not even a Bills fan. I can't get enough of this guy. This dude's the man. Like character, A plus. Sense of humor, A plus. Contested catchability, A plus. Yeah, we're jumping right in. So they have 6'3" at the top. He's 6'4", so he's even bigger than that. 213, big dude. Played at Michigan State, transferred to Florida State, so played in two good conferences, two good programs. Obviously, Michigan State's been kind of wavering recently, but he's got good experience. So, and for me, I'm happy with the way Buffalo did things because I know there were other receivers that they were like projected to take, whatever. Maybe they're going to move up. They trade out of the first round completely to go first pick in the second. And they clearly like this guy a lot. So it was like, okay, let's get some more draft capital as well as still getting the guy we want. No one's picking ahead of us on day two. We'll get him. They got him. So I'm going to read his little profile thing because I actually just read it and I think it's pretty good. So we'll just go to. He enjoys getting physical with cornerbacks as he constantly catches passes through contact. While that yields jaw-dropping feats of strength, his lack of separation ability is concerning for the next level. There just aren't a lot of guys who make a living as consistent contested catch receivers. The ones that do are often some of the best receivers in the league. So, let's go ahead and we'll go through the player traits a little better this time. So player toughness is a 9. I absolutely love that. That is this dude's bread and butter. He is good. If you're at the top of the route, he makes his little move to get ready to receive, and that corner's on him. He is going to do his best to body that corner the heck out of there, and he'll just win with physicality, which is fantastic. So. Hands 9. Again, you're a contested catch receiver. Your hands had better be sure. His are. Like, that's fantastic. His release and footwork, that can be worked on. That is something that can be worked on. There's plenty of drills, workouts, like just, you know what I mean? Like he can improve on that. And I know he will because I think this guy has the right work ethic and right mindset to just chase success always. His route running is a 7. Again, if the footwork improves, the route running should improve. Change of direction, flexibility, that's going to be low. This is not his thing. He's not really a freak athlete. He is a big guy who knows how to use the frame that he was blessed with. You know what I mean? Like he has the explosion to make catches happen, which is just, but it's like vertical and straight is where his athleticism is like apparent. It's when he needs to go side to side that you kind of look and go, okay, just not as flashy as his like, we're going to watch this highlight tape and I already know it's going to be impressive. So, but I'll highlight this. I want to see if yeah, okay. Lack of separation is an issue. Contested catches are a strength, but every catch seems to be contested. So that is one of those things you look at and go, okay, improvements probably do need to occur. So his highest grade was in 2022. I do believe that would have still been at Michigan State. And what I actually wish that PFF could have done is color code the 2022 and 21 in Michigan State's green. But he has his highest grade then, comes to Florida State, gets 379 snaps, 119 in the slot, which is way higher than he's ever experienced before in his life. And I guess size-wise, that's totally fine. 87 targets, 658 yards, 13.2 yards per catch, because his yards per catch will never be crazy. He's not a deep threat. That's not what he's about. Like, he can be a deep threat if he goes up and gets one in coverage that's not perfect. But in the NFL, it is going to be a lot harder for him, admittedly, to be as successful. So like there's development that does need to occur. He's going to play right off day one, snap one, he'll be on the field because they needed a receiver. But I think he's going to need to really just adjust and feel it out and gain like work on the chemistry with Josh Allen to make this thing happen. I like the 11 touchdowns though. I'm sure we'll see plenty of those. But here's the thing. Like receiving grade versus single coverage, if he is able to just do body on body and just beat a guy when a ball is inbound, he's going to do it. And it's very impressive because there are really not a lot of receivers with that sort of skill set and talent. Receiving grade versus zone, unsurprisingly, is a little lower because this is probably one of those where a safety came over, or he was. Obviously, we just saw he had a ton of slot snaps this past season. So zone schemes like that, where they just have so many guys in the box or around that area, that would bring this down a little bit because his speed is not game breaking whatsoever. So defenses would be able to get in his area quickly. Because as we see, the two bottom ones are very low. Separation percent versus single coverage, under 50%. I'm not shocked. And then the open target percent, like I said, so many of his catches were contested. So many of his targets are contested. There's always somebody near him because he can't actually just break loose. But he only had two drops. 3.8% drop rate is great. Like that's fine. They could use him in screens. That would be kind of amusing. He had 8 deep catches. But let's see where his best grades are so we got. Okay, so they used him the most on screens and hitches. And on hitch routes, his wide receiver rating is pretty bad, which is interesting. Maybe that's where his 2 drops occurred, because that's just so much lower than everything else, I would have to imagine. On screens, you're not really gaining much, though. It's like he had 18 catches for 103 yards. So we're looking at like, what, 5.3? Probably about 5.3 yards per carry, 5.4 maybe. Just about, yeah. Probably 5. Actually, no, like 5.7. I can do math, guys. That's a decent grade considering the insane, inordinate amount of targets. Go routes, but it's even this. It's like only 2 catches on 10 go routes, only 2 on 4 crossing targets. Like the percentages are just kind of tough. Like out routes 5 of 5. I'd love to see that. Slants, I think, because if he gets into a position where the closest dude to him is the linebacker, and if he makes the right break on a slant and the corner is behind him and having to recover to try and get into a position to either deflect or get an interception, then I think he can just eat up and would be more open, which would be great. I mean, I'm sure they will come up with very good like play designs for him, but I'm very curious to see how this all works out. I just think who he is as a person, it's impossible to not cheer for him right off the jump. We're going to jump over to the combine page real quick. We're just pop this up here. So as you can see, the production score, he was 18th, and then athleticism score, he was 35th ranked. So, I mean, overall, his combine rank was 22nd, and he was the, I believe, 8th receiver taken in this draft. So, in some regards, it was a reach based on who the other receivers that were still around. Like, I think Ladd McConkey was was another one. A.D. Mitchell was another one that was available. So there were questions about who the Bills would actually want once they traded out. But it's very clear they really like this guy. Just he was the guy they wanted. He was the guy they were going to get no matter what. So, yeah, I mean, he runs a 4.61, which he's basically the same height as Brian Thomas Jr., who we just did in the last video, and Brian Thomas Jr. ran a 4.33. So that kind of tells you the burstiness, the speed, the fluidity is just not on the same level. And these guys were only taken 10 picks apart. And they're just different types of athletes, though. And they're definitely different types of receivers. This guy has a niche, and that's what could allow him the opportunity to find a really, really good, significant role. So we're gonna go in here. I'm gonna go ahead and present this. Pop this up. This is a long video. The video I'm making right now is probably gonna be long. Even that little shimmy was not even, that wasn't even like an amazing move. That was a like, I'm about to have my knee taken off of my leg move. It's a good route. And then he just finishes, which I like. He had good vision there, which the vision is a big deal. All right, so it goes outside. Short little catch, goes down to get it. Okay. So we're almost in the red zone here. Throws it up, contested. You're not beating him. That is right there, his bread and butter. Absolute bread and butter. He had a lot of all-purpose yards, too.
Can have a chance to adjust back, even though it's underthrown a bit. It's a tough play for a safety, one-on-one against a receiver, even though...
Positioned himself well, made his little jump to get up there and stay in front of the corner. Two hands, solid catch, pass secured, touchdown secured.
Travis against the three-man rush should have time and launches over the middle. Coleman goes up and makes a catch. A beautiful pitch and catch.
Very nice.
Chestnut out near midfield.
That perfectly showed off the lack of speed too, though.
And they flip it to Coleman,
which is like a weird thing to say because he won on a deep route. But if you're watching that, you're not going, "Oh my God, that guy's so fast." The corner was right on him, and he had to again make a good catch with someone's hands on him. Great body adjustment right there. That was nice. That I liked. Spins, gets the front of his body facing away from the corner. Just right into the breadbasket. I mean, that's the best way to do that. You're getting targeted in the end zone. You have to make those catches, especially when you're a guy that's relied upon so heavily as he was for those sorts of plays and routes. And in the NFL, that is 100% going to still be what he needs to succeed at. Holy hurdle. I need to see that just one more time. That was nasty. That was absolutely nasty. I like these over the middle routes, man. Whether it's slants when you're waiting, like in the middle of the actual field by like the 40s, or these like post quick slants where he can just try and and he slow rolled it too. That was really smart. He didn't just immediately burst off the line and get into a route. He made it less obvious what he was actually going to do there, which I think that was brilliant. Nice sideline catch.
Play clock at 2. Travis ends zone wide open touchdown.
He was wide open. What happened there? Okay. I found the corner that screwed up. Okay. Okay, so trips bunch, late break, and the defender just did not. He was not prepared for that. That was a really good play design.
Good pocket. And now on the run, it's caught by Keon Coleman.
Good job coming across the field to help out his quarterback, who was very much so in distress. Well done.
Travis keeps it flagged down. First down if the play.
Okay, that's a true crosser right there. That was a true crossing route. He was going literally east-west. Dead straight east-west, following the white paint. Nasty, son. Go up and get it. My boy.
By his quarterback, Jordan Travis. A moment ago, Nate Wiggins injured on that long fourth down play.
Hands all over him, and he just does not care at all. Goes up and just one motion just snatches that out of the air. Another touchdown. That was well done.
Off schedule, and then you're seeing already. You see, he comes up with the TDU. That's exactly what Florida State's defense needs to start doing. If they get that part of their team going, as far as their pass.
Oh, they have him on a punt return?
Look out.
They come after the punt, and Peter Moore. He gets it off, and Coleman makes the catch on the move. Still on his feet. Keon Coleman.
They never he got hit like 4 times, and there wasn't actually one of those hits that made me think he's about to go down. I'd love to see that too. Holy smokes, that's the best catch we've seen so far. Bro. Wow, that was smooth. This guy's hands are seriously incredible. And there's something to be said about that, right? It's, yes, your separation's questionable, your lateral abilities are questionable, your get downfield speed is questionable. But it literally almost doesn't matter in a lot of cases, because if you put the ball in his area, the odds are he's probably going to be the one that comes down with it. The way he plays, the way he times everything. Like the jumps, the lunges, everything. It's so spot on. And this is just a good move on a corner that was sitting back too much. Good double move. Very simple double move, but I mean, it can work sometimes, and he just gets behind this guy. And another screen. That's the first.
And that's good for a first down.
You got to get home. And right there, Florida State got home and got it.
I like that they just, I mean, Florida State was smart, right? They're like, we got a big guy, he plays really strong, really physical, and his hands are reliable. It's like, so let's use him in screen games, because we trust him to catch the ball in the backfield and not risk silly turnovers. We trust him in downfield stuff where it's one-on-one. He's got a couple to beat. Let's see, cuts inside. Almost. He's probably beat from that. He's probably so exhausted from that.
Finally, Keon Coleman gets a touch. And the All-American type receiver takes it down inside.
There it is.
20. Bell was split far to the right. Daniels was looking that direction. Now throws down the seam, and Coleman comes up with it.
How in tarnation?
Comes in late, a clutch pitch from Travis there on third down.
Had a huge breakout game, 200 yards against Virginia.
That was a really good throw.
A few weeks ago, Keon Coleman, one-on-one, breaks the tackle.
Nice stiff arm. Nice stiff arm, because he gets caught at like the 8. And I think even his length would have allowed him to score just by reaching anyway. Like that, it was never going to be stopped. But that was a very good, very well timed stiff arm. Nope. Well done. This guy, like, I'll say it like this: he has potential. Nice catch. My God, I could say that at every single one, but this guy's hands are unreal.
Watch him attack the DB's leverage, and then
wow.
Make the play. All you need is one hand sometimes, and look at Jordan Travis, just smooth, calm in the pocket, gives Coleman a ball that he can catch. And if you're Kalen Carson, the only thing I would say, man, is you got to get your eyes back to the ball. You're in great coverage. He
was getting covered. His ass was covered hard, and the guy kind of choked it at the end by not turning around like the announcer just said there. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he adjusted really well and made that one-arm catch. Will he go? Oh, the punter was still back there. The punter decided to just hang. I'm a hang back. I'm a hang back.
A few players are his specialty. 240-pounder, big target.
This man is... Okay, the audio's out of sync now, so we're going to mute it. Because that's just tripping me up. That's why, sorry, I was like going quiet because I'm like, this does not sound like what I'm seeing on the screen here. I think Buffalo is a smart enough team to set up an offensive, like, set up a playbook that'll utilize this young man's talents Josh Allen's definitely good enough to utilize his talents. They'll probably actually do. They might even do more designed runs now because this guy does actually like blocking, and he'll be on the outside. So I think a few more of those plays every game thrown in there would be a solid, solid idea. I like the potential. That's what I'll say. But it's very clear even on tape. Like there's a lot of work that needs to be done for success in the NFL. But everything I've seen so far is this guy's willing to put in that work, so we just kind of have to wait and see. I have to give this like a B, like a flat B, because I think there were better athletes at that position still available, or guys who maybe offer more a well-roundedness. But at the same time, this skill set is very niche and not as common as speed is, in my opinion. And if you can develop him around what he's good at, then the ceiling does gradually get higher. And it will literally be just a case of seeing how he looks with Buffalo. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like. If you'd like to see future videos pop up on your old YouTube homepage, please hit subscribe. If you'd like to listen to our podcast in an audio-only format, we record one once a week, and they will get uploaded to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. And if you'd like to watch it live, we do it live right on YouTube. So it's semi-random, but not. We've started doing Saturday mornings at around 10 or 11, so that might become the new common time. We'll have to see. But thank you for stopping by. We'll see you again very soon.